And laser-cut 3D art pieces are currently brightening the National Museum of the Royal Navy here in Portsmouth. With wall reliefs in paper and site-specific installations, the show, entitled A Long Shadow, is challenging the visitor to rethink events in history by telling tales of exploration, exploitation and courage. And our reporter Nicole Ris met the artist behind these fascinating items to find out more.
The legacy of early explorers and the consequences of their actions are the central thoughts behind Helen Snell's exhibition. A Long Shadow aims to show how the events from the past still have an impact today, and it's inspired by the collection and archives at the historic dockyard.
This exhibition really is the culmination of my 3 years as artist in residence, and having worked in the museum archives and stores, coming across a lot of manuscripts and engravings by early explorers in the 18th century, I've started to have this sense of how so many of our current events in the world are a ripple-out effect from perhaps things that happened in the 18th century and before. So A Long Shadow really is that sense of past events casting their shadow on what's happening today.
This piece is based on Captain Cook and his first encounter with the Tasmanians, and Helen has created her own interpretation.
One of the main images from the collection, which is a John Webber drawing of this encounter, is really poignant when you think about the manner in which Captain Cook died, because he was stabbed in the back by a native on Hawaii with one of his very own knives. So it is this almost this sense of whatever ripple out effect you create in the world sort of comes back to bite you, but it's all very much encapsulated in some of these early images.
The exhibition also includes many links to naval life and how a long shadow has been cast on the families of those who died during the dark days of war.
When I was doing my research at the Submarine Museum and I was looking at World War II pictures of, first of all, just young men who were about to embark on their journey on the submarine, about the same age as my son, all really happy and smoking a cigarette on the quayside, and then 2 slides along it would be a photo of the gravestone. I think every mother, and every father for that matter, relates to that sense of sacrifice, and perhaps really that is also the underlying message of this exhibition, is how much human sacrifice has there been, which sometimes is hidden by the magnificence of ships and engineering, and also salvation. There are lots of images of life rafts and life jackets. The main centrepiece is almost like a kind of altarpiece or a church triptych. So there are these undertones of atonement and salvation and sacrifice.
A Long Shadow can be seen until the 29th of January 2017. Nicole Ris, for That's Solent.